Yo, what's going on, y'all? Now, this is another episode to Get It Off Your Chest with KD. But this might be the start of something new. So, first of all, this ain't no red pill channel or none of that. I'm not switching over to be no red pill creator and downing women and all that bullshit. No, we're not doing none of that. But to be honest with you, y'all heard about the Grits and Eggs podcast, right? My man Deontay Kyle. So I was at work earlier well, not even at work, going to work, and I decided to start listening to that podcast from the very beginning. And he just inspired me to sit there, like, actually start putting some actual substance into what you're doing and be yourself. And you know what I'm saying? Other than the fact that I like being funny, but I like to actually speak about stuff of substance. So tonight's episode is going to be about some substance. I want to sit there and talk about how black women, these white folks lied to you. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry to say it, these white folks lied to you, and they did it on purpose. And now that they did it on purpose, and y'all actually gravitated to these lies and actually started implementing these lies into your lives and the way you live, the way you think, the way you move, this is where the whole concept of the modern woman comes from. The independent modern woman that hates men or think they hate men, but at the same time, you want men to sit there and do everything for you. You need men in your regular life, but you hate men. Or you need men in your regular life, but you don't need men. You can do everything yourself. But then, like it's a whole slew of situations that can sit there and can explain, well, not even explain the whole situation as a whole, but explain what a modern woman is or what a modern woman mindset is. But for the black folks, the black women, this is for you. They lied to you. They lied to you and they sit there and strategically put things in place in order to keep your mind neglected off of the fact that black people were the strongest when they were a family unit. Why do you think throughout history, even though they never taught you this in school, but throughout history, they never sat there, especially during Black History Month, you never sat there and learned about how there was hundreds of thriving black communities that were all black that did not need the help of white people and was actually thriving and doing better than their white counterparts in a town over, 2 towns over, you know what I'm saying? Or all the towns that are surrounding them. Them niggas is still dirt poor, but we rich and re-surviving out here. All of those towns are gone. They became lakes. Most of them became lakes. Other, they got destroyed and became graveyards. And other, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a whole bunch of slew of things that they didn't teach us. But now with the wonderful world of the internet, we learn a whole bunch of things. And what we learn now is they've been pushing for this for years, and they strategically put certain things in place and then push that especially now that we have social media, they push that in place to sit there and get your mind focused on the wrong things. Now, how is it that you live in the projects, or not even a projects, you live in a low income neighborhood? Everybody's struggling to sit there and survive, pay bills, this, that, and the third. You know a man that has been infatuated with you for years and is ready to not only take care of you, if you got kids, take care of your kids, become a family unit. And your expectations for that man is, nah, I'm good on him because I want the nigga that can sit there and take me on vacation. I want the nigga that can buy me expensive jewelry and expensive purses. I want the things that I see that other girl getting on Instagram and on Facebook. They've been pushing this shit for years. First, it was relationship goals. What happened to that? I haven't seen a relationship goals post or picture on Instagram or Facebook in the past 3-4 years. What happened to relationship goals? When it was the man and the woman sitting there on a picture, they on the beach, they loved up, this thing. They don't even sit there and promote that shit no more. You know why? Because now they don't want you bitches to have niggas. Why? If you don't have niggas, you don't procreate. If you don't procreate, the race does not sit there and get bigger. Now, why would these white folks want y'all not to procreate? Is it because they know for the most part, especially what is this, the Gen Zs and all this extra shit? Most people don't sit there and read the news or watch the news. And if they do, they're only watching or reading the local news. They're not sitting there reading shit from the Midwest and all that extra shit to where it's a wild fucking opioid. It's been a wild opioid crisis for years, and white people is fucking dying left and right. They not telling y'all not watching the news when they're sitting there saying that statistically white people are not producing babies at the rate that they used to. And the statistical rate of the white population has been dropping drastically in the last couple of years. If you're not watching the news, you wouldn't fucking know that. Or if you're not sitting there looking this type of shit up, you wouldn't know that. But they know that. So what do? They come up with plans. What are some plans? Let's sit there and promote y'all don't need a man again, because this wasn't the first time this happened. History lesson. The white people will want you to sit there and think that welfare is a black people thing. But oh no. Oh no. No, it's not. Welfare was created for the white people way back in the day in if I'm not mistaken, the early 50s and shit like that, when their husbands went to war. And then in the late 60s, early 70s, they pushed it to black folks. We'll give you a house or an apartment with 3-4 bedrooms. We'll put you on TANF to where we can sit there. We're going to pay you. And we'll give you food stamps. So now you don't have to sit there and pay for food. We'll put you on this program so where you don't have to pay for this bill. You don't have to pay for that bill. But guess what you got to do for us? You can't have no man in your house. Now, why is that? Why wasn't that the qualifying factors for the white families that was on welfare? But that was mandatory for black people back in the 60s and 70s. That man can't be in that house. And we gonna come do checks. And if we come do these checks and we find anything of a man in this house, you gonna lose all your shit. So you and your 6 kids, you and your 5 kids, you and your 3 kids, y'all on the streets. So now we have we got two generations of black women growing up without men in their lives. Like true father figure men in their lives. What they get? They get the run-of-the-mill men that they fucking mother picks. And 9 times out of 10, she doesn't have a fucking good choice of man. Because if she had a good choice of man, to be honest with you, you're not signing these papers. No, I got a good job. We straight. The fuck I look like leaving my kids. So now you got women sitting there growing up seeing, you got little girls sitting there growing up seeing this shit. Then from there, here comes the introduction of drugs. Now you got mothers that stressed out. They got 6, 7 kids. They ain't got no job. They on welfare, this, that, and the third. They got all this fucking free time. Now they on drugs. Now you see, now was a whole nother generation of crack babies. And little girls and little boys sitting there seeing their mother do nasty and disgusting things to her body in order to feed her habit. Now, with all this, you have a whole nother push of don't let these men in the house. Now 70s it was food stamps and housing. 80s it was crack, and if you do have a nigga in your crib, 9 times out of 10, especially if depending on how your mother is living, if she's addicted or if she has some types of substance abuse, or if y'all actually live in the hood and she's just a fucked up individual, she don't want to do shit for herself, she don't want to get a job, nothing, you gonna have a fucked up nigga in the house. Or you gonna, but the nigga that really want to sit there and actually bring some type of stability, she don't want, because that's not the cool nigga. It's not the nigga with money. This is shit that y'all seeing as children. Y'all downloading this as children. So as an adult, this is how you gonna move if you adapt to any movements and lifestyle choices that you seen your mother sit there and do. Now y'all write in the comments and tell me where I'm wrong. But now, in the 90s, independent women, you can get you a good job in the corporate world, this, that, and the third. You can be a corporate girl. You don't need no man. You can sit there and survive by yourself. Every generation, they're sitting there lying to you, feeding you false fucking propaganda to sit there and make you not want to be with a man. But at the same time, let's fast forward to now. It's the same thing all over again. It's the same thing all over again. Now we pushing the whole independent woman, minding one, yo, my body, my choice. I can sit there and dress like a whore and you can't judge me. But I can judge you because you don't make enough money and you short, or you don't make enough money and you fat. And I don't like fat niggas that don't got money. So you can judge, but you get offended with a man judges you. Okay, cool, whatever. I understand girl math. But what females need to understand, especially the black girls, y'all sit there and y'all playing a white woman's sport. Y'all are playing a white woman's sport. This whole running around, being promiscuous, you sitting there knocking down all the homies, you going out getting pissed drunk, waking up in a stranger bed, that's white woman sport. When you go to them rural towns out in the country, them honky tonk ball, that's white woman sport. They have tricked y'all into sitting there thinking that you are them. Y'all not them. Now, don't get me wrong. Every creed and class out there got their little freaker leaks, got their little, you know what I'm saying, little slaws. It's all right. I come from a generation to where you knew who the neighborhood jumpies was. The rest of the girls had decent enough respect for themselves to where they ain't sit there and move like that. Or if they did move like that, they were smart enough to do it in a different borough to where we do not know. So we can't judge you because we don't fucking know. Over here, you're a princess and you get treated as such. We don't know what's going on in Brooklyn. When you go to Bed-Stuy, we don't know how they treating you. You might be sitting there getting tossed around like a hacky sack. We don't know. But now it's to the point where, and I'm not saying every female, but damn near every female just feel like, yo, I can be a whore and it's okay. It's not. Y'all playing in the wrong sport. Y'all was never like this. Y'all didn't grow up to be, y'all wasn't groomed to be like this. As children, y'all didn't sit there and just see your mother just wilding like that. Now, every couple of years, you might have seen her with a new boyfriend. Some families, you might have seen a new man every other week. Those, I understand. This is what you sat there and seen, and this is what you grew up doing. So I understand. But for the ones that, nigga, your moms ain't had wild niggas running in and out the crib. You know what I'm saying? You ain't see your moms getting tossed up like a fucking rag doll. So why do you sit there and feel like it's okay for you to let that y'all playing these white women games, dog? These white folks lied to y'all. I'm trying to tell you. Take it from somebody that grew up in New York and at the same time grew up in Virginia. I grew up in the South in the late 90s, early 2000s. Back and forth between New York and Virginia. Man, listen, I've seen it. Y'all playing white women sports. Y'all got to get out of that character and that mind frame, dog, because that shit right there, y'all gonna sit there and fuck up y'all future and y'all legacy, because now you don't want a man, but y'all stay pregnant. You don't trust niggas, but y'all stay pregnant. You stay having kids. Which I appreciate it, because you still keeping the race thriving, but at the same time, you got kids, you got boys. If it's a house full of females and you got a boy and it is no testosterone in that house, 9 times out of 10, your son might grow up to be, and this is a whole nother situation that they already fucking thought about, and they put this shit in play. So now, I'm not saying that being gay is a problem. I'm not saying that. Because if you're born gay, if you're born and you know since you was a child that you like the same, hey, I don't got no problem with you, my brother. But what I got is a problem with kids that they don't know who they like, but now you have all these fucking, you got books about gay children as storybooks. You have cartoons it's too, children should be able to be children and sit there and watch children shit without having to be sitting there tempted or swayed to pick a choice or have they brain, I might be because they don't know what this shit is crazy to me. And then this all wraps back around the whole concept of they lied to y'all. They're lying to y'all in y'all face. They're tricking y'all every fucking day. And then now they got y'all to the point to where y'all don't even want to sit there and have a nuclear family. You don't want to have a man that could sit there and offset whatever problems that you have. Y'all can work on some shit on building a dynasty, a family, and everything in between. Have children, and y'all want you want a nigga to treat you like a wife, do everything to where you don't have to do shit. That does not make any sense to me. You want a nigga with a regular 9 to 5 to pay all your bills, give you money, let you go do whatever the fuck you want to do, but you don't have no reciprocation for that. Where did y'all learn that from? Where did you learn that from? And At the same time, I already fucking know you learned it from your mama. And you learned it from your grandmama. Because you had two generation of fucking females that grew up with that grew up in a house without a fucking man there. Without a true father figure there to sit there and show you what it is to sit there, be an actual princess and to be a virtuous woman. Now, I'm not saying, yo, you got a couple of bodies under your belt. All right, my nigga, hey, we live and we learn. But y'all bitches today, like, dog, y'all happy that y'all done knocked down 500 niggas. That's crazy. Y'all not even in y'all fucking 40s yet. Bitch, you just hit 32 and you done knocked down 500 niggas? Your shit through. Your shit through. Like, yo, this is crazy. Because, yo, black women, please heed this warning. This is not to sit there and discourage y'all. This is actually to sit there and wake y'all up and have y'all to sit there and think. Y'all playing white women games. Y'all playing games that was not created for y'all, but now that y'all in it, y'all sitting there failing at a rapid rate. And they're sitting there doing this so perfectly to where they have your grandmother thinking this, your mother thinking this, you thinking this, and your fucking daughters, your nieces, y'all have to sit there and wake the fuck up. This shit is crazy. Wake up. They're playing with y'all. They're playing in y'all face. They are playing in y'all face. Then y'all sit there and talk about feminists. Bro, that is a white woman. That was created. Feminism was created by a French white man. Feminism was created by a French white man. How are you ladies feminists and y'all sit there, y'all don't want to sit there and follow under a man's instructions and this, that, and the third and being independent and y'all following the ideologies of a white man. Make that make sense. You are a feminist that's following under the ideology of a white man who created the whole term and the ideology. Make that shit make sense. But yo, I'ma figure these things out and I'ma start doing this way more. And cause I like this. Like, I like this. So I'm gonna start doing these way more. And once again, this ain't no red pill situation. I'm not gonna keep on coming up here just talking about women and all this extra shit. But this, I had to start off with this because it's just getting to a point where, ladies, y'all have to wake up. Black women, melanated women, y'all have to wake up. Y'all are playing the wrong sport. Y'all playing the wrong sport. And they got y'all so bad on the scoreboards that it's going to take a lot of reflection and a lot of recalibration of y'all brain to sit there and fix this shit, because it's to the point where y'all got men not even trying to sit there and talk to women in public. Now, who knows what it is on the internet? Niggas are more inclined to sit there and slide in the DM, this, that, and the third. But if they don't have the right pictures on it, like it's so crazy. Like, the whole physical interaction shit is so awkward and weird now because to be honest with you, women have made it so off-putting to sit there and try to even walk up and talk to y'all. Truthfully speaking, now it's to the point where y'all made it so off-putting for people to even try to come talk to y'all. Cause you either gonna sit there and get the rude aspect, you gonna get the you got some money to spend, or you gonna get the ditzy run around. Like it's annoying. It's annoying, to be honest with you. But hey, we gonna do this again. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back. Peace.